Welcome back to Milton Mo Junction. I'm continuing with the removal or demolition of the old layout. I've now got to the point where the easy demolition part has finished. That is taking up the unballasted track and the clean points, etc., and that was fairly easy. Well, it's not that this is difficult, it's just it's a lot messier. Apart from the heritage yard, as I say, everything was just pinned or screwed down very cleanly, and it came up nicely. I've now started taking up this side, which is ballasted track. I'm pretty much having to give up on the actual flexi track. Time it's ballasted, it's very difficult to get up. What I am concentrating on is saving the points. So I'm sort of managing to do that, but giving up on the ballasted flexi track, it just comes up too messily, and you need to cut some of it anyway to make sure you get the points up clean. So I shall continue with that and show you how I'm getting on. Right, I continued demolishing the station and the straights all along here. As you can see now, everything is clear. I've left those bushes there for the time being, or the trees, which will now be bushes I guess in O gauge, but I think the track's going to go through that area. It just all depends when it starts turning, so I'm leaving that for a minute until I've started laying the track to decide where the track goes. As I've left the back little bushes there and the back scene, as I mentioned earlier, I think I want to leave the back scene anyway. It's just how I manipulate the bushes in front. I bought some O gauge fencing, so I can always put O gauge fencing in front, but it all depends what it looks like. Obviously the bigger bushes and trees will now be smaller bushes and smaller trees, and see what it looks like. And up that end, haven't taken that hillside and the upper bit of building away yet. The upper bit of building, I can't take that until I've demolished the O gauge higher layout at that end, because it's resting on it, so that will probably be my next job. And that hump in the corner, the old hillside, I won't need that as such, but again I need to see where the O gauge track will go and what I'm going to do, because obviously I need a big radius for the O gauge, so it will sweep away from that corner. So it's really what the back scene looks like at that stage. It would be easier actually to make that hillside a bit bigger and make that the back, well, effectively the back scene, but that will save me having to do anything there other than the sky above it. But we shall see. I've also got a decision to make what to do with this boarding. Obviously I've ripped up all the foam that was resting on it. Do I leave it as boarding and then just put the track down on foam the same shape as the track, you know, foam underlay as it were, just the shape of the track? The problem with that is it means the rest of the board is exposed and needs a bit more covering up. The foam sheets are actually floor underlays, are quite good for putting things like fencing in, because you can actually just push it in to the foam and it sticks there, especially if you had a bit of glue. Being careful what glue you use, because obviously some dissolve the foam. But I'm going to check and see what it looks like with just ballasting on the track with no shoulder, because the reason I'm thinking that, obviously I showed you this that I did last time, is just with the foam underneath roughly shaped to the track. Obviously I haven't put a shoulder on it, but it just looks to me like it just looks too high compared to the ground, and I think that because the sleepers are so thick, I think it may look alright if I just put the track straight on the foam underlay, and then just build the ballast up, and the ballast itself becomes the shoulder and looks raised anyway above the normal ground. So I'm going to do a little test bit on a spare, or with some spare track and a spare bit of wood I've got, again similar to this but without the cork underneath, to see what that looks like, and then I'll decide what to do then. Okie doke, so I'll continue and come back later. You can probably see I've done a lot more. I've removed all the old track now. This side where the station was is completely clear. I've removed the higher level track, the O gauge, at the back, at that end anyway, and I've removed the whole of that corner with the tunnel and the hill. And you'll probably see that I've actually decided to remove all the bushes and trees along the side, the edge of the back scene. The reason for that is that I've done a little test overnight, and as you can probably see, this is the sort of foam that I'm going to lay back on top. Instead of having a cork base, I'm going to use this foam over the whole wooden top, because it evens out some of the bumps and joins anyway, and it gives me a completely fresh start. And I don't actually need, because if you can see from this, I've just mocked up this little bit here, and if I'm using the lens track, it's actually quite high, the sleepers are quite high, so time you've built up the ballast up to the sleepers, it's quite high above the base level. I know it's a bigger scale, so it's probably more emphasised than 00, but I think that will do, rather than try and build, lay the track and cut out all the cork underneath it. This way I can just lay the track on top and build up the ballast ridges with ballast. So that will make everything simpler, but that means I need to lay sheets of the foam right up against the back, and I thought I'd start again, so that's easier rather than mess around. The what else have I done? Oh yeah, I've done a bit of scene work. I've reprogrammed my ECOS. I've done a factory reset, so all the old track and all the old locos are now taken off, and I've started again. I've put a couple of my O gauge locos on it, and I was really quite surprised when I put the class 25, because it's got Southwest digital chip. It just absorbed all the information. I didn't really have to put anything in. All the settings were absorbed, all the sound settings and all the sound icons were all transferred automatically onto the ECOS. I've never noticed that before, or never had that before, so that was quite nice. And also, with a couple of clamps, crocodile clips, I connected one of the points to the ECOS and just tried it out. I knew that the point was registered as number 9 on the old system, so I just put in number 9 and made it I think it was a right hand point. On the ECOS system, just touched the icon and the point changed, so it was easy as anything. Any new points, you just program it like your a points controller, but it's all in one move, so it's absolutely brilliant, and quite pleased with that. After being squeezed round the back in the corner and at the back at the far end, I think I'm quite happy I've made this decision, because as I say, it'll all be on the level. Obviously round there, the only bit of construction I've got is I've taken that board you can see down from the higher level and I might see if I can incorporate it into the new bit. I want to make a lot of room over there that I can get up, so I'm going to lay the track, or part lay the track, and work out where it's going to go, and just have enough boarding to cover the track, because that will be hidden, that bit at the back anyway. So rather than have complete boarding over there, I'll just have enough boarding to have the track running on it, and that'll be a lot of space then to pop up underneath just to lay the track, and if I do have any problems, to get to it. But the idea of this new system is that everything is easy to get to and pretty simple from everything, you know, the wiring, the electrics, the lot, and that's my aim. So yeah, quite happy. I'll show you some more that I've done a bit later when I come back. As you can see, I've laid the last bit of foam, and that's pretty much it now, apart from the track laying on this side. What I may try and do first is to get an oval all the way around, and just to get that up and running and see how it works. I haven't been up here too much. I've been suffering from probably something really serious. I mean, my wife's given me some Lemsip and said get on with it, but I don't think Lemsip cures bubonic plague, does it? Anyway, I've struggled up here and against all odds continued. Anyway, that's probably about it for now. I'm going to pack up and post this video, and then we'll get on with the track laying on the next one. Just out of interest, I'll show you. I've now taken off, I don't know if you can see this, but this pretty much is how basic and simple I started a track plan, and as you can see, this point is now on the system. Now if I just take these off it, this is the point concern. That one hasn't been done quite yet, but yeah, this is it. I've taken the lantern off. It's left a little hole here, but I'll cover that up with some sleepers or something. Excuse me. But that is the point. The whole point. Nothing else needed really. So I will, as you can see on these points, as I may have mentioned it before, the frog is here to here, and that is non-powered at the present time, so that is a dead area. As I mentioned, you don't actually need it with the lens locos and stock, but I will actually do it. I will put a frog juicer on it. This bit here is live, so you don't need insulated joiners. You have proper joiners on this, but if you put a frog juicer on this bit here, the whole thing's live, and so the only wiring actually needed from this is to solder a wire on this little bit of copper, drop it down to a frog juicer, power the frog juicer from the buzz wire, and that's it. I mean, I will power the point probably, or whether I just do it on a couple of rail joiners. I won't drop down on every rail joiner like I did on the other layout. Excuse me. I don't think this actually needs it. As I mentioned again, I think before, the rail joiners are sprung, and so a pretty good connection, so you don't need that many droppers. So I will get on with laying the track and sorting out the wiring underneath. I'm going to remove loads of wiring because I won't need anywhere near as much as I've got now, but I'll get on with that and post this video. So if you've got any comments, please feel free to let me know what you think. So bye for now.